Get your poetry here, ladies and gentlemen. A rhyme for a few pence, some marvellous imagery, and some crap as well. So who'll be next and who'll be lucky for the poetry stakes today? Aye, thank you.
Spoken word, live literature, oral poetry. I think oral poetry and live literature has been around longer than any written format. So it started as soon as humans could speak and people could listen.
It was the Surely it all starts with hip-hop is poetry, and poetry is hip-hop.
I don't like to write my stuff down or print it because I'm afraid when someone reads it, they won't make of it what I was saying.
Two branches of the same tree, and if not, then tell me, my friend, where does a rapper begin and where does a poet end?
There's this problem I encounter all the time at university and with academic literature, which is like, literature is this high culture, this like preserve of the intellectuals, like it's like a secret society and they don't want everyone to join in with it. And I think that's a load of rubbish.
Anyone can be a practitioner, yes, you know, a certain amount of ability and aptitude is part of it, a certain amount of practice. All these things are likely to qualify a person, but I don't think there's any particular qualifications that you need, and they needn't coincide with educational schemes or training or social position.
I want to hear poetry to make me sob out loud.
I want to hear poetry that grabs by the blood.
I want to hear poetry that makes me say yes.
I want to hear poetry that oozes into all the spaces of thought.
I want to hear sonnets and haikus and lyrics and songs and pretentious psychobabble that goes on far too long.
Rap poetry, rhythmical Americanized poetry, slam poetry, poetry that rhymes is a method of newer, younger audiences expressing things that probably wouldn't see themselves as poets and as writers, and yet they're using the same word tools and same methods of delivery as the classical poets. Shakespeare was one of the best performance poets ever.
So I'm the footfall that starts the avalanche. My influences are like Wu-Tang, Mos Def, like Rich Maneuver, just people with a bit more behind literature-wise, and I'm a big fan of literature. I like Greek mythology and like old fairy tales. I also like, as I said to you earlier, like Joyce. I really like Beckett. I like Kafka. The issue of a man who farmed tea in Afghanistan. I know that words can cut hearts in half in ways that daggers can't. Still I stand solemn watching fools doing the braggers dance.
Now he has seen the girl Siang Siang, now back to the guerrilla band. And she goes with him down the vale and pauses at the strand.
I strive for perfection like the style of 5 elements, and I banish broad egos when they don't display benevolence, but tortured souls are freaking out and jumping off of tenements.
So your flesh shall be part of mine, and part of mine be yours. Brother and sister we shall be, whose unity endures. Always the sister doll will cry, made in these careful ways, cry on and on, come back again, come back in a few days.
Been searching for my truth, from kid to adolescent to youth. I'm a young woman now and moving through the bleakness. No, the first part of strength is knowing your own weakness, then holding your own weakness and nursing it to solid. See, I've been called a lot of names, from a prick to a prophet. You know how people love to gossip, but what I get from it is deep. So pen to pad, like sea to beach. I speak on beats just to keep my dreams in reach. That's it.
Everybody calls me Strange, famous. And you guys call me Francis.